You know, some weeks just feel different. You look back and realize the world's quietly, or maybe not so quietly, just shifted on its axis. Well, we just lived through one of those weeks, and what a story it is. All right, let's get right into it.
And look, this isn't just hype. That's a direct quote from Reuters just trying to make sense of the sheer volume of breakthroughs we all just witnessed. So we're going to walk through exactly why this single week in late April 2026 feels like such a fundamental turning point for technology, for business, and yeah, for all of us.
So how did it all kick off? It began with an explosion of money and new tech that's honestly kind of hard to wrap your head around. The week started with a number that just puts the sheer scale of this moment into perspective.
$297 billion. To put that in perspective, that's more money than was invested in AI globally for the entire year of 2024, all poured into the space in just 3 months. This isn't just a trend, you guys. This is a tidal wave of cash that is completely reshaping the global economy around one single technology.
And you can see exactly where that money's going. The big players are placing these massive, massive bets. You've got Google talking about a record-breaking $40 billion stake in Anthropic. Microsoft is dropping $18 billion on AI infrastructure down in Australia. Amazon is digging in deeper with Anthropic too. This isn't just friendly competition anymore. It's a full-blown arms race for who's going to dominate this space.
But you know, it wasn't just about the money. The real fuel for this fire, it was the tech itself. In the same week, a whole new generation of super-capable AIs just launched, almost all at once. I mean, we got OpenAI's GPT-5.4 with its full agentic engine. We got Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.7, which can code all by itself. And then, out of China, you have Moonshot's Kimi K2.6 with a 1 trillion parameter model, and DeepSeek's V4, which is already going head-to-head with GPT-5.5. The cutting edge was pushed forward by everyone, everywhere, at the same time.
And this is where things get really interesting, because this represents a fundamental shift. AI isn't just a chatbot you ask questions to anymore. Not even close. It's becoming an autonomous worker. It's breaking out of the chat window and basically walking right into the office.
And the key concept you absolutely need to grasp here is agentic AI. Think about it like this. It's the difference between asking an AI to tell you about a sales lead and telling it to go out and get you 100 of them. See the difference? It's a move from assistant to agent.
Salesforce gave us the perfect real-world example just this week. They rolled out an AI that can literally run an entire sales campaign by itself. It researches leads online, it drafts personalized emails, it even negotiates some preliminary pricing, and then only then does it schedule a call for a human to come in and close the deal. And early testers? They saw a 40% jump in their sales pipelines. Staggering.
And this kind of thing, it's popping up everywhere and fast. The CEO of Google revealed that a whopping 75% of their new code is now AI-generated. Palantir launched something called Agentforce to automate customer service. Microsoft's AI is rerouting actual physical supply chains. But maybe the most mind-blowing development came from the legal world, an AI that drafted a flawless Supreme Court brief.
So when you hear that an AI drafted a Supreme Court brief, and it's so good it needs 0 human edits, that just forces us to ask some really tough questions, right? Questions about expertise, about who's accountable. I mean, who or what is the expert now? Which, of course, brings us to the unavoidable flip side of all this incredible efficiency. This is where the technology collides with human reality, and it happened almost instantly. So on one side of the coin, you have companies like Intel, the ones building the chips for this revolution. Their earnings were through the roof. Demand for AI processors sent their stock soaring past its dot-com-era peak. We're talking record profits, historic highs. But then, on the exact same day, you get the other side of the story. Meta and Microsoft announced a combined 20,000 job cuts, and they said it themselves. It was because of efficiency gains from AI. The very companies that are rolling out these agents are laying off the people whose jobs are being automated.
And this is what's leading to what economists are now calling the AI talent paradox. It's this strange split reality where companies are firing thousands of people in more traditional roles, but at the same time, they're desperate to hire super expensive AI specialists. The whole corporate ladder is being redrawn right before our eyes. And this economic shockwave, it was so fast and so powerful that governments are already scrambling to react.
I mean, in the UK, lawmakers are already proposing a pilot program for universal basic income. And get this, they want to fund it with a new automation tax on companies that replace people with AI. We've gone from theory to serious policy proposals in a matter of days. So, with this tidal wave of new tech and economic chaos, you can bet there was an immediate, worldwide reaction. Suddenly, the question wasn't just, wow, what can this AI do? It became, okay, wait, who is actually in control here? And that alarm bell was rung on the world's biggest stage. You had an AI pioneer, a Nobel laureate no less, stand up before the United Nations and deliver this really stark warning. It was so simple, so clear, it just cut through all the noise and kicked off this huge global debate. And the political reaction? It was frankly, stunningly fast. Think about this timeline. On Tuesday, you get the warning at the UN. By Thursday, EU regulators are already moving to tighten rules on this agentic AI, and by the end of the week, over 30 countries had announced they were setting up emergency working groups. For government and tech policy, that's light speed.
But here's the really crucial part. Not everyone agrees on how to control it. You've got the US basically treating powerful AI models like military hardware, focusing on export controls and preventing rivals from getting their hands on it. Meanwhile, China is taking a totally different approach, focusing on tracking the output by requiring watermarks on all AI-generated media. Two completely different philosophies are hardening right now.
And listen, this wasn't just some theoretical, abstract debate. The urgency got very, very real with a security breach at Anthropic. A super powerful, unreleased model was accessed by people who shouldn't have had it. It was just this stark reminder of how incredibly difficult it is just to keep these powerful systems locked down. So there you have it, an absolutely unprecedented wave of power, profit, and, yeah, a little bit of panic, all crammed into a single week. The technology is here, and it's more capable than we ever imagined. The economic and social fallout isn't a problem for tomorrow, it's a reality today. Which leaves all of us with the one critical question moving forward. Who gets to decide what happens next?